find some new blocks. And we've also had some updates. So instead of having, oh, okay, there we are. Instead of having this board wall back here, which is kind of, you can't tell that you're supposed to read it like this necessarily, and it goes unnoticed. I think we're gonna have a NPC right here called Mr. Craw. I've yet to put in his dialogue, but I'm essentially going to be rewording this where it tells you about picking up your skull whenever you find out what patron you want to use, and you go and you put it down. I've still yet to work on the mage. All four other patrons are available though. The two basic PvP maps are still good. The dungeon, I've hit a hiccup with it because I'm on Bedrock. I cannot use the random generating feature of the jigsaw block to be able to make the random generated dungeons, and I would rather be able to play them myself without knowing where everything is. So we're going to have to, one way or another, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to get a random generation system built. And on the side of building wise, I've still got to expand some more of the I'm not sure what to call this building. The whole I mean, I guess it's kind of dungeon-esque. But down this way, I want to put down a library and stuff with some small maps and side missions and stuff that you can do, because I do want PvE, and I do want some storytelling stuff in this, just so that you can actually gather materials and stuff, because it wasn't supposed to primarily be PvP, although it is right now. We're also working on the next PvP map, funny enough. Which is going to be one of the biggest ones yet. It's supposed to be like a dwarven mining facility underground. The red outlines right now the border, and I'm just trying to get a general idea of what stuff will be looking like, so we're just roughly building it. But then eventually it'll end up like some of the other maps, because I mean, that the Coliseum is the only one that was really just kind of built on the fly. The ruins were pretty well planned, but we still have probably my most, well, I mean, the magic system for the mage will be the biggest headache, I think, but the second biggest headache will be the dungeon, because I want to set it up in this grid down here, use command blocks and structure blocks and all that, and essentially get these random dungeons. It'd be nice. But I don't know how to do any of this random generating stuff. It's been quite a while since I've touched on any redstone, let alone complicated, intricate systems. This would be a small dungeon. I essentially want it to be where you spawn over here, and there would be at least one pathway. If it loops around, I don't really care, as long as there's one pathway that ends up coming out to this end area here, where then you'll go into the boss room. I would like plenty of dead ends and twisties and stuff like that. It's about 112 by 112, so it's not the biggest, but I mean, considering I still need to figure it out, I think it's pretty good size. And if anyone that sees this can help me out, give me some pointers on how to do random generated dungeons and stuff, please let me know down in the comments. And if anyone is able to help me, I'll for sure give you a shout out. Now, I do have the problem I'm running into of, so far, I have it set up so that I kind of have to be on here right now, so that whoever wins the game just gets killed. I want confetti falling down in here still. I need to figure that out. Some particles and stuff. I need to set up some kind of scoreboard thing to be able to recognize when there's one player left in the arena, whichever arena is chosen, and then be able to take that last player and send them back to the starting room over here. Because right now I've just been putting in /kill all, but because I want to put in some of these NPCs, I run into the problem of, if I do that, I'm gonna kill them, and I don't want to kill them if I put them into the map and have them integrated into everything. I will probably be putting an owl down into the library. So I've got a little bit of work, a lot of work. But I guess we can start off by, oh hello, by just going ahead and working on the NPC over here. So I'm going to name him Mr. Crawl. I mean, that's just, I don't want to call him Mr. Crow or Scarecrow. I don't want to be just that straightforward. It's Mr. Crawl, and then we gotta take the original directions of how to get into the game and get your gear and all that, and put it into this guy. Oh, what is that? So we're going to see what I can do for this. I've got all the blocks I'm going to be using back over on the new map when I go continue working on it, already laid out over there, so I can just grab them whenever. Okay, so, ooh, you know what? I can have him give people the skulls, so I don't necessarily need the skulls to be here. I could have it be so that whenever you talk to him, he gives you the skull. I'll probably go and just essentially just take your skull, and whenever I get enough of this map figured out and I get um, enough of the core components for the game to be able to run. I do plan on hosting games for any of my viewers that are on PlayStation. I don't have a Microsoft. Well, I have a Microsoft account. I just got locked out of it. I can't get back in. So, for the time being, only my PlayStation viewers will be able to join me on this in the future. But eventually, I do plan on getting some more accessibility to the map when we get it worked. When we get good work done on it. I don't know how to spell skull. How do I spell skull? Ha! It's a K, not a C. Of course. Oh, yep. Desired. Desired. How do I spell desired? God, I wish I didn't fail spelling in school. Desired. Do I have a voice to text thingy on here? No? Fuck. Oh, language. Sorry. There we go. There we go. It works out. See, I knew I could do it. I think that's the right word. Patron. It's like in D&D, whenever you are a magic user, you would usually have a patron that you're getting your power from. Warlocks, I believe, are the ones. Patron. I mean, I figure if it's the wrong one, I can always fix it, 'cause it'll be a minute. I'm just gonna go back up here. I'm gonna put some 1, 2, 3 spaces right there. And there are many games of which to choose from. You wouldn't happen to know anything about Redstone, would you, bud? Like the more complicated stuff, like not just Redstone, but commands and command block stuff. 'Cause I only know enough to make myself dangerous, but I also know enough to make myself dangerous to myself, so it's not always fun. You yes, that's how you spell it. There we go. I don't like moving it back and forth. Okay, looking good so far. Corridor. How do you spell corridor? 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 No. Corridor? Yes, there we go. I'll eventually remember these words. Eventually. Okay, so he tells you what you gotta do to play the game. He tells you about the game. And he tells you, fuck off, go look around. I do want to put in some lore here and there. It's one of the big things I'm going to get to whenever I get down to building the library. I also want to build some secret rooms and stuff hidden around. What to say? I'll put in a little bit lower right now. What should I say made this place? Dwarves? Nah. Oh, there's the Dwarven map I'm working on now. It's gonna have a different aesthetic to it. Giants? I mean, it is rather big for a place. Oh yeah, it's perfect timing. What could have built this? I'm gonna go with giants. And dwarves. Why not? Clever giants and dwarves. I can put some dwarven touches here and there and keep with the theme. I think below you though, my good friend, what is tomorrow? Friday? I might be busy tomorrow. I mean, I'll be free later today, like evening, so if you want, you can hop on then. Do you play a PlayStation? Oh. Oh. Oh, we might run into a problem there. I only have access at PlayStation right now. I got locked out of my Microsoft. Okay, I just got off the phone. Like I was saying, I am dealing with a slight problem with my Microsoft account. I got locked out of it and cannot seem to get back into it. No matter how much I try. Which kind of annoys me, inconveniences me, and obviously for like people like you that would actually like to join me and have fun, that kind of breaks that down. I've been trying to connect my PlayStation account to a new Microsoft account so I don't have to worry about getting locked out of it, because I was using that old email from years ago, because I've had this account for a while. But I've run into the problem of Microsoft security protocols are so tight that because I had lost my old phone that had my email recovery number on it, and now I have a new number and a new phone. I can't get back into my account. I would like to be able to just take that account, the old account, off this PlayStation account and put on a new one, a new Microsoft account. That would make it a lot easier, but for some reason you can't. You have to be signed into that Microsoft account to be able to disconnect it. So if anyone knows any way to get around that, please let me know. So that would also make it a lot better. Okay, we want / give nearest player skeleton. Skull. Is that right? Let's try it. No? / give. What if I just put skull? It's just skull, not skeleton. Okay. Oh, several commands. Nice. Okay. Let's try this again. This is gonna be my first ever full functioning NPC. This is yours. Ah, thank you, Mr. Skelly. Or not Skelly, Crow. I can't put a, you're lucky I can't put a skull on you. I'd put a skull on you so fast you wouldn't even know what hit you. Anyways, I'm gonna stop being a dork if I can. Back to creative. Yeah, so he catches your eye a bit more. Yeah, I like him. Go ahead and take all the skulls out. Well, leave a little bit wither skull. Bloop. Mr. Hunter, sir. I'ma climb you. I will. Oh. Hey, Matthew. Check this out. So I'm doing a stream right now. You want to say hi? This is my little brother. He's one of the best beta testers of this game.
Hello.
Check this out. So now, oh, hold on. So now, whenever you come into the game, 'cause you know how it was so confusing trying to read the things, he tells you all about it.
Why is he a scarecrow?
'Cause he is. And then he'll also give you the skull that you use for that.
Ah. Is he like a acolyte?
Acolyte? What's that?
Follower of a god?
Oh, I guess so.
Temple keeper?
Yeah. I'm gonna put Owl Man down in the library when I make it. But we gotta get to where I want to build the library. And here's a dwarf and his little thing. He's a pretty big dwarf, you know.
I mean, it could be a Marvel dwarf.
Got the hunter. And then you got your 4 primaries. Serpent, Knight, Minotaur, Monster, whichever one. And the Mage. Mage has not been built yet, because I have yet to build the magic system. And whenever I go build the magic system, it's going to involve some fire, so I'm going to have to make it to where I'm going to end up reworking all of these game buttons so that whenever you go to start up a match, it'll replace all the blocks and stuff and extinguish any fires or anything like that. Yeah. Figure I'm going off camera because it's just kind of tedious. It takes me hours to kind of figure out where I want to place everything. Off camera, I'm going to be building up more of this rough idea. I just tried getting a rough mesh of it, which I think is kind of self-explanatory. A little lava valve system, lava pours down, and then you got this whole little lava fall going down. You can get down into here. I want some tunnels and stuff up under here that you can get into. 'Cause you should also be able to get up into this right here on a little thing come around, but just because of how indecisive I am, and I don't want to be holding a video on for long and then end up getting rid of half the shit that I was working on, and then you guys have to watch that. I would rather get the base idea done and then just bring you guys in for fleshing it out, making it look nice, and actually building it. Which this one is going to be kind of big. This one's not too big.
What's obviously a pan kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's just one of the best so far.
Mushroom. No, I'm the art.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Put that there.
These are the ruins. You guys might see them in the other videos, the combat videos, if you guys end up seeing them. I think it's kind of funny. You'll know Matthew's in the video because kind of he's the intro to it. If you guys go check it out, I'll try and leave a link to it in the bottom of this video in a little bit whenever I get around to editing it.
Literally, somehow I became a boss.
Yeah, demonic laughter. Yeah, like this has some nice little secret tunnels and stuff. If you take your time and look around, you can
I'd say
find
it's
them.
kind of a serpent's domain.
Yeah. This is supposed to be just like a rather basic map. It is. But for these maps, the annoying part is I'm gonna have to make a copy of them. They're either below it, beside it, above it, or something, so that after combat and all that's done, I can just copy and paste and fix anything that's messed up. Unless I make it to where there is no fire, actual fire, and it's just like the aspect.
I remember when I sniped you with my trident from halfway across the map.
Yeah, this is essentially, this is one of the nicer maps, I think. The Minotaur is a really nice map, but it's really small. That's the map where you want to be very, very careful and be ready to die. Now, that one's a medium-sized one, really good for close and medium ranged characters, but it's also a little too cluttered for accurate long-range fights most times, but there are some nice clips out there on my channel. But this will be a big map. And it won't just be a big map, it'll be a really big map. Because this little spot here and that little spot there are going to come back and be, like, they're not going to be cave systems. This is a cave. This is going to come back and connect to this one over here, somewhere back here, as a dwarven stronghold. And then the rest of this is going to be capped off by a cave with a dark shimmering roof.
I feel like you should have some hardcore into this.
Oh, for the PvP maps, it's mostly just scenes and ambience. For the PvE maps, like the survival maps, the dungeon maps, and things like this, I could definitely see that. Get into a rough lit map, get moving around, find yourself some good loot.
Spy comes out of the ground, kills you.
Yeah, I would like to make some booby traps.
Or axes come collect points.
In theory, the dungeons could be the funnest part of this game, for me especially, because I take all the time building everything, so I know where all the hidden stuff is on the pre-built maps, which kind
You
of
didn't even know that I put my mushroom there.
it's not in the map, it's on the map. To be fair, but if I can get the dungeon working right, which hopefully I can, and I'll show you guys in a future video whenever I start working on it. The dungeon could, in theory, be one of my favorite parts of this game, just purely because I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I could turn a corner and get my character blown up in 15 pieces. Huh? Ah. And I did not do a thing. Anyways, so I think I'll leave it here on this with you guys having a rough idea of what I'll hopefully be doing, and once more, if you guys have any advice on how to build the dungeon generation, or the
Make sure it's a specific
magic system, or maybe you have ideas for maps and stuff, let me know. And don't forget, this is Bedrock, so any kind of Java Edition specifics do not fly here, sadly. Otherwise, I'd be able to use jigsaws, and the dungeon would already be done, and I'd be having a heyday. What is this?
I don't know. I may have placed that, I may have not.
There's no one in it. I'll leave it there. Anyways, guys, see you in the next one, and hopefully it'll be good.